So here's the carburetor cleaner that I'm going to use. It's Super Clean Carburetor Cleaner Ultrasonic Cleaning Fluid. It's by Super Clean UK. Now this is quite cool. It says mix 1 part Super Clean to 10 parts water. Now I've just looked in here and worked out that for the DK Sonic 90, I'm pretty sure this is the 90, yeah, 90A, it takes, to get to the maximum, almost half a litre of water. Now it says here on the cleaning fluid that it wants it to work at 50 to 80 degrees. So what I'm going to do, this is why I've come inside, I'm going to boil the kettle. I've got a syringe thing here which I can pull out 50 ml, and obviously 10 times 50 is 500, so I'm going to mix 50 ml of the cleaner with half a litre of boiling hot water, pour it in, then put the bits in and start it off. I want the water hot because I think that would be the best thing for it to work with. Now it does say this cleaning solution is corrosive, so I don't want to get it on my hands. Hence with this, I can put it in the top, draw it out, squirt it in, pour the boiling water on, and we're good to go. If anything, it'll be a tiny bit stronger than what they recommend. So, because obviously when you put stuff in, makes the water rise a bit more, but that's okay. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to put in the main carburetor body and the lower piece, which in theory should fit in. Yeah, they do. So you can see they'll go in. The lid won't quite go on and it won't cover the top, so I'll probably have to flip this over and give it another go. But that'll be the first 2 bits in and done, and then particularly on the bowl we'll be able to see how well the DK does. So let me get the solution into here and get that all done. I'm going to do that out in the garden, I'm not doing that in here. And then once that's in there, we can pour the kettle on and get this thing going. Well, I've a good mind to write to Super Clean and ask them how you get the blimmin' cap off. I'm going to have to try and cut some of these tabs with a knife, because this thing is so on there I can't even move it. I've twisted it, I've tried it with some sort of cloth around it. I think I'm getting into it now, but I mean it's good that, you know, obviously when it comes through the post it's not likely to leak. But obviously when you want to get the lid off and you're trying to make a video, it's not the best. Right, that's done it. So that's what you'll have to do, just run around with a knife, cut the little tabs off, then you can get it off, because I couldn't twist that off at all. Which maybe I should have had 3 shredded wheat today. So I recently boiled the kettle, so I'll pour a bit of this in there. And then we're going to put our bits in. And then we're going to top off. Right, and that's the max I can get in now. So we plug in. We hold the ultrasonic button in. Oh, hang on, I'll flick it on round the back. There we go, so that's on. So we want 30 minutes. Hope you can see that on the display. Then we press ultrasonic and it should go. There it goes. And it's running. And what I've done is I've put it on degas, so it runs for a little while, then it stops, then it runs for a little while. So if we find the lid, I don't know, do we want that on degas or do we just want it running all the time? There we go. No, can't really put the lid on. So anyway, that's running away. We'll leave that going for 30 minutes. Then we'll get everything else out and we'll have a look, see what we come back with. One other important safety feature, do not put your hands into this solution ever when you're running with the ultrasonic cleaner. Always just handle it via the little basket things. Ultrasonic cleaner can damage the nerves in your finger if you repeatedly put your hands in and out, so do not put your hands in there. Just lift it up by these things, but always when it's off. Right, time for me to have a quick cup of tea, a bit of a surf, and I'll be back in 30 minutes, or 28. Right, so here we are, 30 minutes later. Let's see, oh, I want to shift that a bit, what we got inside. It doesn't look that clean. I'll give it another 30 minutes, I think. Right, we'll give it another 30 minutes. I'll turn the fuel bowl up the other way. Because obviously it's just full up, so maybe it'll clean it off. And then what we'll do, we'll give it the whole lot, well, the carb I'm going to have to turn up the other way. That'll have to go back in. But the fuel bowl can come out and we'll clean that up. See what it looks like, but it's definitely some dirt in there. Might pour just a tiny bit more hot water in. To warm it up a bit more. And then we'll get like a toothbrush and we'll give it a brush off and hopefully some of this crud will come off. I've got the before pictures and then we can look at the after ones and see how well it has actually cleaned up. Right, some more hot water going in. There we go. So it's come out after an hour. There's still a lot of stuff in this corner here. If I flip it over, it's quite clean on the outside. So let's put it under some water and we'll give it a scrub over with the toothbrush. So I'm very pleased with how the outside of the carburetor's come up. It's come up really clean. But the inside, where the main problem is, it's better than what it was, don't get me wrong. I'll give that a scrub now with some more hot water, but I would have liked the inside to come up the same as the outside. but it's really gunky in there, so whether it needs a bit more time in there, I'm not sure. Right, I've flipped the carburettor over, and I've also put the float bowl in. I've got the carburettor holding it under. I've put one of the little rods in, the butterfly rod, and also the top of the carburettor bit. I'm slowly cleaning this up, and look, basically what the ultrasonic cleaner does, I was expecting it to get all the crud off, as you would, but what it's doing is it's loosening the crud. And then I've been going inside with the end of a little barbecue skewer and just going like that, and it's just scraping off. You can see here how clean it is. So I've got this wall to do here. I'm just gently rubbing it with this wood, so I'm not scratching it, it's just flaking off. So I'll keep cleaning, see what we get out of this. So that's how it's come up. Pretty impressive, I'd say. But the only downside is that I've had to actually clean it. The ultrasonic cleaner mainly just cleans the outside, as you can see, and then it loosens any stuff. I think there's probably a bit more there that could probably do with going after. But yeah, that's definitely a lot better than what it was when you consider. I'll do side by side before and after picture, as you can see on the screen now. That's what it was like, and that's what it's like now. So that is a massive improvement, has to be said. The float bowl's coming out, which is there. It's been in there for 30 minutes. So let's just lift some of this up a minute. Oh. I'm going to have to move this camera. Hang on. It's not that easy. Right, so we want that out. That out, that out. Oh, the little rod's got caught. And that out. Right. And then we're now going to chuck in that. Those. I think all the little screws and everything else can go in there. I'll just put the whole lot in. Main jet, the works. And shove it all in. See how it comes out. Springs. Bolt. Spring. That. Butterfly. I think that's everything then. Right, let's see if this will clean up. Right, so that's got a fair bit of the crud off. I reckon if I give that a wipe over now, that should come up okay. Let's see what it looks like after I've finished it. I have to say, after just half an hour, these have cleaned up beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So that's really good. Right, pics to come. Right, we are done. Carburettor's had an hour, and the other little bits have had plenty of time as well. Of course, still quite warm in here. Let's drain this all out. Not sure I've got all the bits. Some of them may have fallen out. Put them on there for the time being. Right, I'm going to carefully go and empty this solution. Oh yeah, that's really warm. Pull the plug out the back. Right, give me 5 minutes. Let me just get rid of the solution. You can see how dark that is in there. So there's a lot of dirt come out of there. Be interesting to see what's in the bottom. And that's why you carefully check. Can you see the needle valve and one of the things in there? There's a lot of dirt in the bottom there. That's all come out of the carburetors. So just before I put this one back upstairs, not bad, is it? Considering what it was like. I've got all these other parts in here nicely cleaned up as well. So yeah, I'm pretty pleased with the DK Sonic DK90. I think it proved itself. Obviously I expected to put the stuff in and it came out clean, but what it did on some bits it came out fairly clean, but you still have to give it a little scrub to get the stuff off. But what it does is it lifts it and makes it so you can. What I was using is one of these like little scouring pads that you use for washing up. It wasn't scratching or leaving any marks, so it was perfect.